to do one long cut.
Alrighty, cool.
Shashank.
Yeah, I try to like stretch my back. I am a hunchback, otherwise I feel that way. Anyway, hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Zero Chill. This is Zero Chill season 2, and we're resuming after months and months, where with an exception where Varun happened to do an episode with the Atul Jalan and his what do you say, trysts with Jeff Bezos and Johnny
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
Johnny Walker, guys.
So yeah, the agenda for today is, as always, one of my curiosities. I will start with something, a topic that always goes on in Avalon. At least recently, because of a few of our collaborations with VCs. What we're seeing a lot of activity in is the FMCG sector, and I don't know why that's happening. I think Shashank would be the right person to answer that. We're seeing crazy amount of inflow of funding in FMCG sector. We're seeing good number of FMCG startups building up. Why is that happening, Shashank? That's happening in India or that's happening globally? What's the rationale behind
it's,
it?
Anyway, happening globally. It just started happening in India right now. Because what's happening is, if you look at the last change that Modi did with the government, he changed the tax rules, right? This meant more disposable income coming into the hands of Indian citizens. Apart from that, I think he also changed the corporate tax rules, which meant corporates will have more money to play around with, which would again trickle down into employees and bonuses.
So what are you saying? He changed the taxation in such a way that people have more money now?
More money in their hands to either save or waste. Right?
You're talking about the 5 lakh spend barrier?
Correct. Earlier it was 2.5 lakhs.
Okay.
Correct. Now it's 5, it's double. So now people who are at even 7.5 lakhs can actually pay no tax by saving in ELSS and stuff like that.
Right.
So now what happens is everyone has 2.5 lakhs extra to play with. Now either I go buy a house or if I need an impulsive buy of an FMCG product like some Ayurveda or some makeup or something like that, you would actually go buy something like that. So now the trend is moving into FMCG, where that's why the competition is increasing a lot, because Indians have something known as disposable income a lot, even though they used to save a lot before. And this trend has been observed even in the other countries like US, UK and stuff like that, because their pay was so high and they could easily afford to actually get it. But Indians now feel that they have more money in their hands, and now I can spend more because my bank balance is higher, which is good because it promotes the economy and promotes spending and stuff like that. But it's also not good to spend so much, because then it gets the debt culture in the country. So there has to be a tap.
Okay.
It's actually not good, because I read this recently that this is something known as when inflation happens, that there's 2 ways to do inflation, right? One is due to global crisis or printing more notes. But the second thing is to promote what do you call it, spending. So for example, if you have say one laptop, okay, and I want to buy it, you want to buy it because all 3 of us have disposable income. The demand for this laptop goes up because 3 people want to buy one particular item. What happens is the price of this goes up, right? Now that's artificial inflation, because it's not actually the price of the product going up, but demand pushes it. It's called demand push or demand pull inflation. Now what happens is, when this happens, when the price keeps going up because more buyers are there, this finally settles down at a very expensive price.
Okay.
Correct? Obviously, because all 3 of us want to buy. After that, it
because
goes
demand
higher.
is so high.
Demand is so high. Now,
So
say
price
imagine
changes.
this becomes 1.5 lakhs. Now, me
Right.
and him will back out. You'll be like, no, I have 1.5 lakhs. I can still buy it. But now, problem is, if it's so beautiful and the demand is so high, and our human psychology says, no, it's so beautiful, I want to buy it.
It becomes a status symbol. That
And I go take a debt.
scenario,
Like, I take loan. I buy this on EMI. Okay, that promotes debt culture. Right? So when you increase spending, you put money in people's pockets, you increase spending, the demand obviously pushes all the products to go high. So obviously your inflation is going to go up, which is actually good, because a little bit of inflation for the country is apparently good, because it boosts the economy into spending. But then too much spending goes into debt. When debt happens, it goes into lending, all these NBFCs and lending institutions. That's why you'll see a lot of funding happening in lending institutions, because now people are actually taking a lot of loan. Problem is, when that gap happens where you start taking more debt as to what you should have been saving, that's when you end up like how US is right now, in the debt culture.
Okay.
Which is bad.
So we might be shifting towards a debt culture?
If it's like a tap, right? So now what happened is the tax
You don't
rates have
open
gone
it
up.
too much? Or
You don't open it too much. You don't leave it open too much. So what happens is, when government increases spending, they reduce something called interest rates. So what they say is, if you keep your money in a savings account, I will give you only 5% now. So you'll be like, why should I keep it there? I'd rather go either spend it or put it in mutual fund or something like that. But when the government wants you to put all that money back into the savings bank, they increase the rate. They'll be like, now it's 7.5%, 8% savings on your savings account. Now you'll be like, shit, 8% acha hai, let's save money now.
Okay.
So then they put everything back. Causes at that point the economy goes a little down because no one's spending in the country.
Yeah.
So it's very technical.
Is that deflation?
Something like that. So it's very difficult because even as minute, if you delay it by say even like 6 months and the inflation goes up beyond a point and then you try to deflate it, you'll have a problem in your hands.
Okay, awesome. Now I want to bring this question to you, the FMCG question to you, in two different ways. Number one, what is FMCG? I think the best way to define it, consumables. You can define what consumables are. Second is, I remember you sharing this tweet with at least half of Avalon, half of our clientele about some Fahim guy who's managed about $250 million in ad spend, and he talks about impulse buy factor of consumables. So what is the impulse buy factor? What are consumables? Can you give me the psychology aspect of the entire thing? What's happening around why FMCG?
So look, consumables, I mean, it's anything, right? It need not specifically be something you can eat. It might be a lipstick. It might be something that gets over, it gets over after some time, after you use it. It has limited use. But the tweet I particularly shared was, it was specifically about online selling.
Okay.
Right? In the past, and I'm talking about 4-5 years in the past when Facebook was still somewhat a newcomer, and Facebook ads were still somewhat new, all these people who were selling, they were doing DTC, direct to consumer. So you'd see an ad, you'd be like, wow, I really like that lipstick. The creative is awesome, the branding is awesome. I'm going to click it, I'm going to look at it. Then maybe, you know what, I'm not interested right now. Okay?
That's what used to happen earlier.
Yeah. And then you retarget them, right? You say, hey, you came to my website, there's an abandoned cart, you put this item in your cart and you left, I'm going to retarget you, and this is what we do today, right, for our clients. And then we say, okay, come buy it again. And I say, okay, you know what, I might as well buy the lipstick, I've been retargeted thrice. Right? And you buy it. And usually, I think the ticket price, I don't remember the exact number, I think it was below 500 or 600 rupees in the Indian context.
Yeah.
So if you see something that's below 500 rupees, you just make an impulse buy. It was all impulse buys, right? Millions of dollars worth of impulse buys. Right? And you might think, oh, businesses have this crazy strategy to do this, to do that. But it's all impulse buys. It's all somebody looks at it, the creative looks nice, and you click through and you buy it. But today, people are getting smarter. And the main reason for this is, there are two reasons for this. First, Facebook ad costs have gone up. Everyone realizes, oh, it's about impulse buys. Secondly, consumers who have made those impulse buys.
So you're telling me this trend, the impulse buy trend used to exist, now it's fading away.
Yeah, now it's fading away.
Okay.
And main reason for it is, firstly, the Facebook ad costs have gone up, mainly because of competition. Many different players, all of them are advertising, all of them, are looking to get that same exact customer. And the customer is not so stupid anymore, right? The customer is not like, oh, I'll see this ad and I'll quickly buy. He will do his comparison. Even if it's a small impulse buy product, he will still do a comparison. He will do a research. He'll say, oh, I bought from this company, or I bought from some random, drop shipping company that the other week, the product still didn't come in time. Right? So consumers firstly, they're going direct to Amazon and buying. Even if they're making an impulse buy, they're doing retail therapy on Amazon. You feel better when you buy something, when you have a package and you open it.
Right.
They're preferring to do it through Amazon rather than on Facebook, and that's hurting suppliers. That's hurting advertisers, right?
Okay.
So this is what that tweet was about. The tweet was about, we are shifting from a DTC culture to a brand culture.
Okay.
Right? So a brand culture, and we know this very well, the first sale is a loss.
Of course.
Right? You sell something to a customer
at a
who
loss.
are losing money on it.
Yes.
Right? So either the advertising costs are too high or the product cost itself is too high. But you give the customer a discount. You're like, it's okay. Have one on the house. See if you like it. If you like it, you will come back to us again.
So feel the product, basically.
Yeah, feel the product, use the product. So it's become a lot more about the product than about the ads themselves. So that tweet was basically, we've gone from DTC to brands. So today you can't just, I used to do this in the past. Right? I had a store called Champions Clothing. I don't know if you remember it.
Right.
Just
Gym
take
clothing.
random dropship products.
Yeah.
And this was my experiment with dropshipping.
Right.
I took random products, made a damn good website, made it look really good. Put the products on, made a fake brand, and kept pushing people towards the brand. And the brand didn't matter because
what year was it?
This was 2000. This is before
17?
Jobspire, I think.
16?
14,
okay.
yeah.
14? Okay.
14.
So very, very early, when I was very young. Didn't have a big advertising budget at that point. But the point was, it was these people who were just making impulse buys. They're like, I like this jacket, I'm going to buy it.
Okay.
Right? Obviously, jacket is not a consumable, but in general, that was the idea. But today, it's stopped becoming about that. Today, it's about the brand. Right? I drink Coke Zero, and I only drink Coke Zero. People are starting to become very brand conscious, and I think that's also a function of how India has matured as an economy. Right? We like some things, right? And that's a psychology element of the finance that Shashank talks about, which is we like some things, and we want to show off to our friends that we like these things, because we have a narrative in our head that I am a guy who drives a Mercedes. I am a guy who drinks Coke Zero. So you start calling yourself certain things, and because of that, your spending behavior also moves there. Right? So because of that, these DTC impulse brands they're just looking around. They're like, what's happening? And they're complaining about Facebook ad costs. Whereas the guys who are building brands in the future, they're finding that people are coming to them. Their advertising cost is going down to zero. A good example of this is Pop Sockets.
Of course.
You've heard of the company, right?
Yes.
The phone stand. They're doing fantastically well, and they've built a brand. There are hundreds of clones selling at 1/3 the price.
But Pop Socket is Pop Socket,
Right? So today you can sell anything. You can sell, sugar-free water. You can sell protein shakes. You can sell whatever you want.
Sugar-free water.
And there's flavored water.
Yeah,
I get it.
Whatever, flavored water.
But that's a nice product, dude.
Yeah.
Sugar-free water.
Yeah. So
That's super cool, right?
So we had this
Sugar-free water.
really cool, so I had a really cool idea for sugar-free water. I'll tell you what the idea was. The point is,
Right.
you can sell protein shakes, you can sell anything you want,
Huh.
but build a brand. You're not going to make money in the first 1 or 2 years. You have to spend the effort building a brand, putting out the content. And brands are built through content. So,
Right.
you'd rather advertise, send consumers content for the first 6 months, just talk about protein shakes, never sell them anything. Or give them stuff on the house, free sachets, whatever it is. And then eventually be like, by the way, do you want to buy?
But there's also a weird take to this, because India is usually known as a culture that is prone to discounts. Like, we love discounts. Everyone
Prone
loves
to discounts, okay,
We
yeah.
all like discounts, right?
Yeah.
You give them 20% off, 30% off. You see
Yes.
Amazon, Flipkart.
Swiggy, Zomato, they're always
Swiggy
on
is
discount.
only on discounts, right?
Yeah.
But if you're saying India is prone to discounts and they love discounts so much, but when it comes to a well-known brand, they don't care about the discount. How does that work? That's a little weird, right? Because you give me 20% off, okay, and I'll buy something, right? Okay, this cap looks impulsive buys. This is for impulsive buys. But then if I have to buy an iPhone or something like that, and there's no offer, I still buy it without a discount. So are you actually a person who buys for discount, or are you wired to think that way? Or is it just like a small trigger in your head? Because I've seen people buy both. If they don't
So
compromise
if you
for
know the brand, I think you're less discount conscious. If you don't know the brand, you're just like, I want the cheapest product.
Because you want utility and use of.
Yeah. This is a thought process that I had recently, or this was part of a discussion I had recently. I don't know how you look at markets, because you know how to look at markets. I don't look at it that way. For me, it was more hands-on, more ground level approach, and we tested two different ways. One is you play on what I call the irresistible offer, where you give the free shippings and the 100% organic, sugar-free intensifiers. So if you put sugar-free, 100% organic, and free shipping, and sell water, people will buy.
Yeah.
So either you make shit like this, or you go with a very strong brand narrative. The other day I was reading about Van Heusen. Van Heusen, Peter England, Louis Philippe, and Alan Solly. All of these brands, they belong to Aditya Birla's Madura Fashion. And all of these are targeted towards different segments. Louis Philippe is kind of the Louis Vuitton of India. Alan Solly always keeps up with the trend.
Yeah.
Peter England is for the employees who want to be dressed well but can't afford to pay so much.
Yeah.
And Van Heusen is for people who want to exhibit power. So that just like struck with me, and I went ahead and I ordered a good set of Van Heusen things. But I think this, if you build such a narrative and if you relate your brand with a certain kind of emotion the other person wants to feel, there you go. I think you don't need to play the discount game as
I don't know
much.
where it is, either in the US or UK, all the glasses brands are owned by the same manufacturer,
Yeah.
right? But they have specific, like for example, I don't remember the name, but like one for sunglasses, one for nerdy glasses, one for gaming glasses, but different brands. They could have easily said, "Oh, this is the parent brand, and these are all the child brands, and you can buy this range, this range." It confuses customers. Like even if you have 4 ranges in your company, in your business, it confuses customers.
Oh, I actually saw this in India as well.
Wait, 4 ranges? Sorry,
Yeah.
4 different brands or 4 different segments
ranges.
within the brand?
Yes. So you should be, in the future, you should be a company which is stripped down. I only do knitwear. That's it. just because I got.
And if you want to get into something else, roll out another brand.
go launch another
Yeah.
brand.
Okay.
Go launch another brand.
You know who's
Yeah.
doing this in India?
Fasos.
Fasos is one.
Yes.
Who has?
There are multiple brands. Sweet
yeah.
Truth. Sweet Tooth. Truth.
Sweet Truth.
Truth or
Oven
Tooth?
Bake is theirs.
Okay.
Fasos is theirs. Now they have a tie-up with
Behrouz
Slay.
Biryani.
Behrouz Biryani is actually Fasos.
And technically,
Yeah.
that's also what we do. No? I mean,
Yeah,
we
but
could
they
have easily
branded all 4 different. Okay, but
Firangi
it's all
Bake,
coming out
yeah.
of the Firangi Bake. It's all
Yeah.
coming out of the same central.
Yes,
But
yes,
this is
yes.
what we do as well, right? Like, we could easily have put Foxbound as part of Avalon. We could have said, Avalon sales, Avalon this, Avalon that.
You wouldn't have ever gotten
We did
as
that first,
yeah.
and it was confusing.
Yeah, that it just confused everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It
confused
does,
us,
it confused,
everyone.
potential investors, it confused founders, it confused everyone.
We've kind of not really, but we've kind of burnt our fingers.
No, now we realize
Employing
why
this.
people are distinguishing.
Okay, so
brands as
it
well.
matters everywhere. It matters in B2C, as you see with Van Heusen and Fasos.
Yeah.
It matters B2B, which we prove to ourselves.
And this is the best part because consumers don't want to know that this is all coming from the same.
They just want the story, simple story.
Just want
Yeah.
a
something
simple story.
Like even Boxed has Mojo's Pizza. When they launched pizzas on Boxed app initially, okay.
Are you telling me Mojo is
Is
Boxed?
Boxed, yeah.
Okay.
So initially they launched the pizza on their app, but then
Yeah,
it was
that's
so
stupid,
cluttered
yeah.
because they had so many things.
Right.
They made it separate. So then they had 2 things separate, and a lot of people don't know that Mojo's is actually owned by Boxed.
Yeah, I mean, you can also
And people
order
don't care.
fresh menu on Swiggy, but fresh menu has their own separate app.
Yeah.
And I prefer using the separate app.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah,
Because it's just,
correct.
like, even though it doesn't make any difference, I'm just like, I don't want to see the rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
That actually brings me to another question. So, Varun, you've pitched to a lot of companies who are selling on Amazon to go the DTC way, right? So many new startups are coming up. They've still not gone DTC, but you tell them to go DTC. Why do you tell them to go DTC? What's your pitch there? I know it, but let the world know. Why would you ask someone to go, someone who's an exclusive Amazon only brand, why would you ask them to set up their own e-commerce store or go the direct to consumer approach?
Look, I don't ask them to exclusively make their own website.
No, exclusively, but as
Sell
a
on Amazon as
yeah,
well. See,
yeah.
Amazon has high fees, right?
15 to 20%.
Yeah,
20%.
Yeah.
It's high.
Yes.
So you can make up that saving, but it's not about that. It's in the words of Vinay from Fireside Ventures. It's like when you make a sale on Amazon, it's like money being dropped into a hundi.
Hundi.
Right? You know what a hundi is?
When you go to the
temples,
temple and you put
there's that
something
thing you put
okay.
5 rupees.
that
You don't know
box.
where the money is going. It's completely.
So it's a
not-
black box.
It's a black
black
box.
box.
You don't know where that.
So
money
you're
is
telling
going.
me the temple caretaker has all the money?
We don't know what route the money
in
is
good
taking.
faith.
Yeah.
in good faith.
Okay.
It's going to God. basically.
Right.
But in our case, when you have your own website,
Right.
firstly you're able to track the entire consumer journey. You're
Okay.
able to say, okay, consumer saw my ad. I tested these 5 ads. This ad is working best. So there itself, you have a big victory over Amazon, where you just have one image and you're hoping everything works out well. You're like, okay, consumer clicked on this ad. All right. So we know that. Now, consumer came to my website. He spent 5 seconds looking at that video, which I had, some nice video of the product. Then he went and did this. Then I'm going to retarget him again and again. You can do 100 things. You can do 500 things, right? If you have that data. But Amazon doesn't give you any of that data. But my ideas on this have changed over the last
Few months?
maybe few days.
Oh, okay.
And the main reason for this is, I feel like this is a longer discussion, but I feel like, in the 1970s, the battle was at the hardware level. Intel was fighting everybody else. Right?
Okay.
Then in the 1980s,
70s was Intel fighting everyone.
yeah, 1968
Okay.
was when Intel was.
Oh, when they came up with the processors.
Yeah,
and-
so it was at the hardware level.
Right.
Then Microsoft versus Apple, OS level.
So IBM came first. After that, IBM came. with
Yeah,
all
so
the-
they were
IBM
battles.
came before.
But after that, Shashank, what happened was the battle stopped being at the hardware level, started being at the OS level.
OS level, yeah.
Microsoft versus Amazon. Sorry, not Amazon. Microsoft versus
Apple.
Right? Then from the OS level, it went higher. Skype versus everybody else. Right? Then phones came out. Again, it became hardware level.
Now it's about which camera megapixel. No one cares about the megapixel.
Okay, no, Shashank. It was at the hardware level.
Yeah.
Then from the hardware level, it went up to the OS level,
Again.
Android versus iOS.
Again, yeah.
Then it went higher. It went at the app level. Today we're like, Instagram versus Snapchat.
Yeah.
Right? So the next level, in my opinion, is going to be purely off these platforms. On these platforms, I'm sorry. Right? So it'll be Amazon, Instagram. There are obviously some winners. And every 5 years, the winners cycle out.
So this is basically a building of a protocol, and we're at the
Yeah, we're at the
Highest stage,
abstraction has happened.
Yeah.
So all the battles will be fought on Instagram, Amazon. So my advice to you, if you're starting something like this, do Instagram shop. Do Amazon shop. Zero friction. Yeah, you lose out on a lot of data. But Instagram is and Facebook's advertising, even Amazon, they're auto-optimizing it.
and
it's
they're
easy to
building
bootstrap
their own insights platform. I mean, if they have to continue their business, they're going to give us some insights. Not all insights, but some insights.
Eventually.
Yes.
Right? But the thing is, they risk also confusing their customers. So it doesn't matter. The point is, no one wants to click out of Instagram. No one wants to click out of Facebook.
Instagram doesn't want you to click out of
Yeah, so
that as
Instagram
well.
is,
Because it makes money on every minute you
plus
spend.
it's also irritating the customer if the customer
Switching
click
between
out,
apps,
right?
yeah.
The customer just wants to see some nice shirt on Instagram, himself, buy, press a buy button, and the entire checkout process happens on Instagram. People don't know this. Facebook tested, Facebook forms and Facebook direct checkout.
Yes.
I don't know why it didn't launch, but I think on mobile it's very easy now.
Yes.
They're
Very,
actually
very easy.
damn
And
good
your card
with
is safe.
catalog and shop. Yeah,
It's like Amazon, right? Your
faster.
card is saved. So it's not like a new website where you're putting your card in again and again. It's you shop on Instagram, we know that, your card is stored, instant checkout, 1 second checkout.
So basically, they're building an entire self-sustaining ecosystem,
So is Amazon.
self-sufficient.
So is Amazon. So while it might be fruitful to build your own website and all, what is the difference between having your own website versus doing it on Instagram if your audience is already on Instagram?
Anyway, you're borrowing traffic from Instagram.
This is like having your own restaurant, physical restaurant, or just being on Swiggy with the shadow kitchen. Like, what's the use of having?
Yeah.
Exactly.
What's the use of having a restaurant?
Like, someone might see it on the way and see your logo
Yeah.
and be like, "Oh, this is a good thing," but no one cares.
But right now, the cloud kitchens are in the shadiest of areas.
Yeah.
If you ever
Where
visit
do you
them.
know from where the ball kitchen is coming from? It's owned by
Box
Swiggy,
8,
but you
I've
don't
seen
know.
some of Box
It's
8's
about
cloud
branding.
kitchens.
It's about how
Yeah.
it looks. It's about how it looks.
At
Beautiful
the
Photoshop.
I
customer
feel
interface.
graphic designers and visual designers have like the next 10 years are theirs.
Yeah.
They design that advertisement or that creative that decides whether you click or not.
Yeah.
Right? And we've spoken about this before. Digital
Multiple
advertising
times.
is not about running ads. It's about what words. So
Yeah.
it's about words
It's about
plus
connecting with
design.
the audience
If you can
with
write good
the-
words and you can do good design, you're done.
So that means marketing agencies going forward in the next 10 years will have a lot of.
They have to be creative
opportunities.
first.
And creative. There'll be a lot of noise also.
I think there'll be a lot of changeover, man.
I think a lot of people will die because if you see a lot of
There'll be a lot
digital
of noise.
marketers, they just know how to find the best keywords, how to optimize the ads the best
genetic
way.
stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need that anymore.
There's no out of the box thinking.
You need to
about it.
understand the customer.
Campaign optimization anyway does it not.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's not there. So anyway, when you say that, I think it's only a natural conclusion when everything's moving to the topmost layer of the stack. That is, everyone's going to fight on Facebook. Everyone's going to fight on Instagram. So what are they fighting with? They're fighting with their version of story, right? It's a battle of ideas that's taking place, and what idea appeals to you the most?
Actually,
And
they're
an
fighting-
idea kind of stretched out is called a brand. In my
So if you actually look at it, they're fighting for one person's attention.
yeah.
That's it.
And
So-
then maintain that attention, right? Like
And yeah,
the
maintain
Dhinchak
it.
Puja caught my attention, but
Correct.
I didn't.
No, for example, you say
yeah.
Van Heusen caught your attention because of
Yes.
the power management.
Yeah, because the narrative related.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now imagine you're getting Van Heusen ads, but you're also getting like 10 more t-shirt companies ads. Now it's up to all of those 10 guys who comes into your brain first and sticks with you for a while. Out of that 10, only one succeeded, like Van Heusen. All the remaining 9 are going to fail for the next 3 months until you have a bad experience with Van Heusen. Now Van Heusen has to just keep nurturing you and being sweet to you and nice to you. All these other 9 guys are gone. They find one more person to capture.
And I think every
it's actually
brand
getting
has
tough.
to find their own special sub market. They have to be number one in
Yeah.
their own sub
Find your niche
speciality.
first,
Like Van Heusen can be okay. I'm number one in people who want to appear powerful.
Yeah.
Someone else could be number one in
But
people who
don't
want to.
I mean, brands don't want to own just small niches. They want to own everything.
own everything.
But that's wrong because today your audience is that much bigger.